are you? How are you doing?
I'm all right, thanks. How about you?
Oh, we're fine, we're fine. I've just watched your film and it's really cheered me up. What a
Oh,
part, what fun you must have had doing that.
I did. I did. It felt great to cut loose and also know that, Robert Zemeckis was in the driver's seat. So he wasn't going to, because sometimes when you go that big with a part, it's scary that when you don't have a steady hand, kind of making sure it's grounded in a part of the film. So I just felt so grateful that he was there, making sure it all worked.
But it's such good fun because you could not there was no way you could go over the top because you were over the top already. So you could
Apparently
just
not.
do
We
what.
tried. We tried. Yes, I wanted to do a role that was subtle, deeply felt, a bit quiet, but I didn't find one, so I did this.
It's great. The special effects are amazing, aren't they?
Oh, I've got to be 100% honest. I haven't seen the film yet,
Right.
but what I know I was actually filming something in London, and I'm just one of those people. I can't watch myself in something and film something at the same time. So,
Right.
but what I have seen does look amazing.
It really is. It's quite remarkable. I just wonder though, with you, obviously that's a lot of time in makeup to get you looking not attractive, shall we say. How long did it take?
Well, the not attractive part didn't take any time at all, but the whole process. God, when we started the first time we did it, I think it was 5+ hours, but we had a great team, and by the end, it was I think we knocked it back to just under 4.
Wow. Now, when you're sitting there for 4 hours, can you do anything else? Like maybe, I don't know, knit a jumper or learn a language, or do you just have to sit there and be transformed?
Well, you could do either of those impressive things. I did neither, but you know what? We listened to a lot of podcasts. We listened to, it was a lot of very early mornings, not always the warmest mornings, and so we listened to a lot of Oprah. Actually, we listened to a lot of Oprah to kind of keep our spirits up and to learn something and to hopefully develop into better people.
Do you know what? That sounds like the perfect way to start your day is just listen to Oprah Winfrey. I think that sounds fantastic. You did a lot of the stunts, didn't you? I mean, you were on wires and doing all of that by yourself. Was that something that was really important that you really wanted to do that?
Oh, I really did want to do it, but I do have to shout out my stunt double, Katie, whose last name has just completely gone out of my head. Katie, feel free to tag yourself. So sorry about that because, I was pregnant when I made this. So I did have to lean on Katie a fair bit because I did all the stunts that I was allowed to do, but there were a few that I couldn't do. And so then it really became a team effort between Eunice, our stunt coordinator, who did a brilliant job, Katie, myself, Bob, the camera crew. I mean, this was just a full collaboration across the board.
Sure. And the book, obviously, it's based on the book by Roald Dahl, and it's very faithful to the book. It's a book that I used to read to my daughter, and I'm sure you'll read it to your kids as well. And it's very faithful to it. You can see, the way that you imagined her to be. It's you've just got her.
Oh God, that means thank you so much. That means the world to me because I know how sacred Roald Dahl's books are, especially in England, and to know that that worked for you really means a lot. I did read the book, and I did kind of when we were looking for the accent, we really did stare at the way he wrote the syllables and try to get them. That was talking
Sure.
about another collaboration. That was Joan Washington helping me out with that.
And also, you got reunited with Stanley Tucci, lovely Stanley Tucci, who you worked with in The Devil Wears Prada as well. So you've got that terrific shorthand when you work with somebody that you've worked with before.
Definitely. And going back to just talking about doing something that was so over the top, to be able to be looking into a friend's eyes, someone who's known you for a very, very long time, and see that they're really into what you're doing, they're getting it. Sometimes you even make them giggle when they're not supposed to be giggling, which is the best feeling ever. That definitely boosted my confidence so much and made me want to go even further with it. And what
And
he
there's a
did was
lovely.
just so great and charming. And so like we were just making each other giggle all the time.
Oh no, he's great. I've never seen him in anything bad. He's a smashing actor. He really is. There's a gorgeous little picture of you when you were a wee girl, and you were dressed as a witch. So clearly, it was supposed to happen. Of course.
Well, in that case, then I'm also supposed to be a My Little Pony because that's what I was the next year. So who knows what
And
the
of course,
future will bring.
Exactly, exactly. And I just wondered how things are there with you. I mean, it's very difficult time, isn't it, for all of us, for the whole world, but especially in the United States where you've got an election coming up. I don't think people have ever been more divided than they are, sadly. And you really just have to hope that somehow people are going to come together.
Well, thank you so much for asking about me. I'm okay. It's I think it's a very important time to not lose hope. I think that there are a lot of reasons to despair, but I have to believe that over a long enough time frame, over a long enough arc, we do choose each other and we do find love. Fevers do break, and my hope is that we can reach towards each other and remember that at the center of each of us there's a soul. And if we can learn to live in respect of that and in appreciation and honoring of that, I think that we have a shot. So my hope is that we get there in time.
I hope so too. I would like to think that, one of the things that comes out of something like this is that we all realise what's important, and all try and come together and unite, which we've seen a little bit over here, actually, to be fair. We have, and we just have to try and hang on to that, I guess. It's really important to do that. And you were saying that you were actually filming over here. You were filming a new movie.
Yeah. Yes, I was making a film. Doug Lyman was the director. Steve Knight wrote it, and it's called Lockdown.
Well, it's called Lockdown, so clearly it's going to be about this. And is Chiwetel Ejiofor in this? He's one of my favourites. He's a cracking actor. So working with him must have been a really good experience.
Oh my gosh, it was. I don't have enough words. I should have been improving my vocabulary while I was sitting in the chair on The Witches, because then I would have the words to be able to describe what a treat it was working with Chiwetel.
Yeah, he's a good man. He's a good man. And of course, things have changed, and the whole industry's changed. I mean, normally with a movie like this and the sort of scale of this film, there would have been premieres, there would have been all kinds of things, and getting children involved, and it just would have been, it would have been a huge. It is still a huge event, of course, but it's totally different.
Yeah, it is. I was talking to Bob about that because I think we'd all been imagining there would be kind of a theatrical release and that, and I feel very lucky because myself, Octavia, Stanley, Bob, we've gotten that treatment. We've gotten that kind of like worldwide red carpet rollout. The one that I'm sad he's not getting it is Jazeer Bruno, our lead and our kind of guiding light in this movie. So if anybody feels they can make him some love on social media, I think that would be really special. And maybe we can make this still a special moment for him.
He did really well. All of the kids were fantastic, weren't they? All the young ones, all the young actors. They were really good.
They were so cute and lovely, lovely children. Lovely children. Wonderful, wonderful people to be around on set.
Which is what they say, don't work with children and animals, and you had children, and well, I know they were pretend mice, but there was a lot of mice running around and a lot of things like.
Those little model mice that we had were so cute, and I thought, oh, maybe I can bring some home to my son, but they're not. They were not as inexpensive as the mice that you buy at, what is it, Hamleys? Is that magical toy shop in London? Yeah.
So when do you reckon you might be back over here, or what's the next for you? Are you just going to take it easy a little bit after working so hard?
Yes. I have one more little 4-day job over here. I'm on the west coast of in California, and then after that I'm going to kind of take it easy. I don't know, like so many of us, I don't know what the future holds, but like I said, I do feel I'm just very aware of the fact that most people who want to work right now aren't able to, and so it felt really special to have had the opportunity. And I actually feel a little uncomfortable saying this, but I was just so grateful to be able to make a happy memory in 2020. And it feels like the height of fortune to be able to do that.
Well, it's a great film. It's just what we need right now, especially around about this time, Halloween and all of that. Thank you so much for talking to us. I really appreciate it, and it's lovely to see you, and I hope it'll be in person the next time. Thank you.
Fingers crossed. Thank you so much for this morning. Thank you.
Don't forget, you can watch full episodes of Lorraine on the ITV Hub, and all the best clips, compilations and playlists right here on our channel. Just subscribe now and you'll never miss an upload. Click here to watch another video similar to this one, or click here to head to our channel's homepage to explore all of our exciting videos.